time for another Monster High showcase in no particular order. Alright, we are doing this shelf up here with the Monster Fest collection. Ignore her for now, I'll talk about her later. But we're going to start with these four. Now, they're part of the Monster Fest collection, and as you can kind of see, it's based on like festival culture and rave culture, and these music festival outfits are just some of the prettiest the company has ever made. Like, they're so detailed, they're so pretty, and most of the detailing is painted, which is wild because, like, you can see the difference, like this top part, the necklace, the crown, the flower crown, all of it is painted or printed. And you can see the difference that makes because, like, the belt here on Frankie, it's not painted. And you can see how heavily that contrasts with the rest of the outfit. Meanwhile, if it had been painted with colors similar to the flower crown, it probably would fit better with the rest of the outfit. And that's one of the more glaring examples of the lack of paint, but on the rest of these, it's just insane. Like, look at Cleo's purse. Look at it. Look at the tassels. Look at the little decorations. Look at the different colors. It's beautiful. It really is. And this is the only time I've bought a full series, a full collection. I just needed to have all of them. All of them together. They were just that pretty. And I wasn't sure if I was going to get Frankie originally, but they went on sale, so I picked them up. And same with Claudine. The Claudine doll in Generation 3 is not my favorite because it's just not... She just looks very, very young. I know that's the intention. I know they're supposed to be really young. They're teenagers or preteens. But compared to some of the others, she just looks physically really young. And in some of the outfits she's in, it just doesn't work quite as well. But in this one, I quite like her. I quite like the design. I like the purple hair. I like the gold accents. And just the fluffy ruffled sleeves and the moon patterning on the skirt. Look at those star patterns. And like the constellation wolf with the moon in these geometric patterns, it's on her purse. It's just really well made. And this collection in general, it's like one of my favorites. And I typically paint the details of my dolls, but I might just leave them as is because they're already so pretty and like thematically very coherent, because that's one of the complaints I had with like early G3 dolls. A lot of the outfits were thematically messy and very bright without having much consistency, but in these I think they really nailed it. And this is the Laguna doll, and I will say for her specifically, I had to remove a lot of her accessories because they are this really, really bright, hot pink, and I just think she looks much better with just the blue and purple. It just looks better with the pink skin. And you can see like the crown, there's like jewels and stuff. I might paint those. Like, she's one of the only ones in the group I might do a bit more work on. But I do really like their shoes. I don't know if you can see them, but like they have this dead fish bowl, and like the straps are like tentacles. I think it's just so pretty. It's so well thought of. And like the pearl straps on the legs, it's just a nice touch. I like the pearl detailing in general. It's just very pretty. It's just very pretty. And like I like the metallic touch on the lipstick for her. Just in general, this series is like, this collection rather, is one of my favorites. Just really, really good job all around. And I got them progressively. I didn't buy them as a unit. I got them whenever they went on sale. I think Laguna was my favorite because at the time, this was the only Laguna doll I liked. I don't like most of the Laguna dolls. I find that they're aesthetically very weird. They're very messy. It's just, she's highly, highly colorful, and those colors don't always work together, but in this case I think they do. I think it's the pink skin, the blue, that sometimes clashes with any other color, really. Alright, so that's these girls. Let's talk about their roommate. She has an interesting story. So this is one of the Skulltimate Secrets. This is the one that's based on idol culture. I think like K-pop, J-pop, that kind of thing. Like, this is a stage outfit for a singer. You can see that the headpiece has a microphone, and this is Abbey Bominable, so she's an abominable snowman. And specifically for her, what led me to getting her is I originally found one of these dolls, not this one specifically, but one of these dolls at Walmart. And where I live, we get dolls late, like really late. So she was on the shelf, she was the last one. I hesitated, I didn't buy her. And then when I came back, she was gone. And that haunted me. I don't know for how long, I couldn't tell you, but this girl was on my brain. And the thing is, she wasn't available anywhere. She was like being sold by scalpers or something for like $200 online. I did not pay that amount. I did not buy her from there. I just had to make peace with the fact that I was never ever going to get this girl. But at some point, online on the Walmart store, a seller posted a listing for her, for the Skulltimate Secrets Abbey specifically. And the price was really cheap. And I was sure that I was about to be scammed. But I thought to myself, hey, I'll take a risk. This must be a warehouse clear out. Like, I don't know where they got this doll. I don't know why she's being sold for so cheap. I'm gonna take a risk. If I get scammed, Walmart will probably be able to reimburse the money. It's fine. And it took months for her to arrive, so I think I was right that this was a warehouse clear out. And when she got here, I was really, really excited. I styled her exactly how I would like. In the end, she's not even my favorite doll in my collection. I just got stuck on needing to have her and regretting not buying her originally. But now I have her. She's on full display up here, and she lives next to this crew. And I really like her outfit. I like all the snow detailing. I like the iridescence in her hair. And I like that she's tall. Like, she's floating right now, but she's a tall doll. You can kind of see it next to Frankie there. I have her suspended because the Skulltimate Secrets come with pins that allow you to kind of suspend dolls onto the mystery case, because the gimmick is the case contains a bunch of different accessories and you kind of unlock them, and it's a gimmick, but the cases are really pretty. I think in the previous video I showed the Secret Gardens one, and this one is a little less interesting in detailing. It has like stars, but since it's the Abbey one, there's also snowflakes and stuff. I like the boots. I don't necessarily enjoy the print on them. I might repaint them. But I do really like the leggings, or like the see-through stockings with all these silver little star details. The mittens are funny. That's why they're there. I just think they're funny looking. They're very big, very plasticky. They remind me of Polly Pockets. The big busty plastic corset thing restricts the doll's movement quite a bit, which is unfortunate because the appeal of Monster High dolls is posing them. They have movable limbs that hold their shape very well. This corset thing really limits how high her arms can go and what poses she can take, but it's like the most prominent piece in this set, so. And I like her makeup. I like that it's kind of like, not necessarily idol makeup, it's like rock star makeup. And it's not super detailed, it's just her eye really, but with a bit more, like, I don't know, if I were to paint it a bit more, I think it could look really cool with like traces of black and stuff instead of this purple. Although I don't know if it's supposed to be that she doesn't have lipstick because her nose is the same color, and I don't know if she has makeup on her nose or if that's supposed to be flesh. But the top piece is very pretty as well with like all these snowflake and icicle details. Like, I'm sorry, I'm so shaky. But these like little icicle details, it's just very pretty. And I like that the microphone is coffin shaped, which is very on brand for Monster High. I like also that the skirt has a lot of metallic sheen, like it's very iridescent. All in all, she's a great doll. Like, I'm glad I have her. I'm just looking back on it, I don't know why my brain got so attached to having her, and you can't really see it because of the headpiece, but she does have like these little tiny horns. They're kind of hidden by the hair. I think I have another Abby doll showcase eventually that you can see them a bit better. But yeah, so that's a nice overview, I think. If you're still here, here's a grab bag of details I really like. I like the tassels on Frankie's pants. They are scratchy and weird and glittery, but I think it's just a really funny accessory for them to have. I like that the shoes match the leg, and it's kind of like this disco ball kind of mirror facet thing. I have mirror paint, so I might just paint it with a mirror silver sheen. I think that'd be cool. I don't know if I care much about the like little electric transparent yellow. I like transparency in plastic for accessories for dolls, but in this case I don't think it does much. I probably will be painting the bag. I don't know if I really like the printed pattern on this. I don't know what it's going for exactly. And again, with these bags, I really wish they had tassels, like real tassels, because all of them have this tassel detailing, and it looks really pretty, but I think the bags might have benefited from having that as a cloth accessory. I also might paint Frankie's stitches up. I'll showcase another one of my Frankie dolls later in another video. But I like when my Frankenstein monsters have, well, you know, a lot of visible stitching. This is fairly minimal and doesn't really make sense. I'll rant about that whenever I showcase my painted doll. But the beaded necklace is a cute touch. I do like the fucked up juice that's also a lightning bolt. I think that's cute. I like the stitched hearts for the glasses, and like the earrings being plugs is really, it's a nice touch. I think it's cute. I think it pushes the theming quite well without it just being just lightning bolts or just electronics. I think it does a lot. And like the lightning bolts here are kind of reminiscent of sound waves, which makes sense for a music festival theme. Claudine has her crown is also like piercings on her ears that are suns and moons, and I think that's kind of like reminiscent of crystal witch aesthetics, and I think that's what they're going for with her, and I think it works well. She's very, very well decorated. But unlike some of her dolls that like feel oversaturated, in this case I think it just really works nicely. And you can kind of see it behind Laguna. I'm not going to move them too much because they are high up and I don't want to redo their posing, but you can see that she has these fluffy topped boots. Let's see. And all these like ringlets of metal. I think it's really pretty. Cleo has these like flat shoes, and the heel is a nice pyramid, but there's also a scarab detail on the top. Like it's just so well detailed. And even if I hesitate to paint them, I think it would benefit some of these accessories. Like the belt again is not painted, but the bag, I still can't get over the bag. And like, I like that the shirt is a crop top with these really nice poofy sleeves that are just really well sewn. Um, yeah, no. And the crowns are just really nicely designed. Um, and Laguna, I have the least amount to say really about her because she's missing most of her accessories because I don't think they work quite as well. But I do like that the earrings are fish hooks. That's cute. That's a cute detail. And I do like that it's like squid ink bun and like these moon nachos. All of them come with food and stuff. It just fits what they were going for really strongly. But yeah, those are these girls and their roommate, and I hope you enjoyed learning about them. Even if I didn't go into lore details, because I'm not up to date with G3 lore and I don't really care to know it. Alright, see you next time.